Welcome to beautiful Trinidad and Tobago. The sun is shining, the breeze is blowing, and the boats are revving. And we are here to bring you today the first National Championship Regatta hosted by the Trinidad and Tobago Powerboat Association. Roger, tell me, how long has the association been hosting these events here in Trinidad?
Hi Carly, and yes, welcome. It's a beautiful day. We have been running races officially since 1969. The Trinidad and Tobago Powerboat Association has been around and established around 1973, 1974. So we are all excited. Last year was a rough year with COVID. We're still going through COVID protocols, but we have been allowed to put on our championship outside in the Gulf. Our goal is to bring the racing to the fans this year. So we are in the Point Cumana area of Trinidad, which is the northwestern peninsula. We are looking out into the Gulf of Paria, where we have traditionally most of our national championship races. This is where the regattas, approximately 5 of them between January and July, will be held for the national championship season, where people will be crowned champions of their classes respectively.
And I know that this is the lead up to the great race. Can you tell us a little bit quickly about the point system that goes on here?
For these 5 championship races, at the end of the season in July, points will be tallied to all the race teams, and who comes out on top in their respective classes will be crowned national champions. We also have a bonus where the person, whatever class they may be in with the most points, will be crowned the overall champion for 2021.
Wow.
And then it's straight into our great race on August 21st this year. We have approximately 10 boats today. It's a bit of a low turnout, but with all the boats sitting last year, I think everybody had a lot more gremlins than they were expected. So we had some casualties that fell off. It's very unfortunate, but the racers have assured us that they will be back and ready in March. We're going to see competition today in the 60 mile per hour, the 70 mile per hour, 80 mile per hour, 95 mile per hour, and the 120 mile per hour classes. So we'll get some good racing today for sure.
My name is Jason Ross. I am the owner and throttleman of Mobile Outlaw. Mobile Outlaw is a 29-foot Extreme built in the US. It's a fully canopied boat, and it's powered by a Mercury 525 racing engine, and the outdrive is a IMCO Marine SC outdrive. We've raced 5 racing seasons out of 6 years. Last year, unfortunately, was a bit of a breakup because of COVID.
We got in the 80 mile per hour class after leaving the 60, and the competitiveness in that class was a lot more than what we had experienced in the 60. When we were racing in the 60, we only had, on average, 2 to 3 boats per regatta. But jumping into the 80 mile per hour class, it was actually like 5 to 6, and sometimes 7 boats.
A lot of people think that if you don't race whole season, you have fresh equipment for the great race, and you'll be better off because the equipment will be stronger. But that's really only for the larger pieces of equipment, your core engine and your core drive. But all the auxiliary pieces of equipment, if you don't have a race season during the year, you're not going to really find out what small parts are going to give you trouble during the great race.
My name is Guy Costa. I am the throttleman for Ironman. This is a 38-foot catamaran built by Doug Wright. It's the only racing hull like that in existence right now, so there's been a lot of development on that boat to get it where it is today. So the last time we raced was Great Race 2019. The boats basically remained parked up in the shed for the last year and a half, and finally deciding, well, okay, we try and get things together and get the boat out to race for 2021.
When Guy called me this week, I felt it was an honor to race with somebody like Guy. I know Guy for racing for many years, and I mean, even with the size of the boat that he ran, I've always found that he did excellent. Being a very good racer for all these years, the boat always finishes all its race, and as I say, it's an honor to race next to Guy Costa.
We have Ironman here leading, coming around one of the corners, followed closely by Mobile Outlaw. Global Warmer got a rough start and is in the back of the field here in this first circuit race. Here's a great shot of Iron Man, just making it look very easy. He's running in the 120 mile per hour class. Mobile Outlaw is doing everything capable of trying to run down this bigger boat in a bigger class. Jason Ross always has this boat beautifully dialed in. So Ironman's already on the south course, and here's Global Warmer, making up some ground on Mobile Outlaw.
Have any of these boats competed on an international market as yet?
Well, actually, Ironman, when it was named Fury, and by the same owner, Guy Costa, competed in the SBI for, I would say, about 3 years between 2007 and 2010. So he has a lot of experience competing internationally. And I just want to pause on that as we have a battle going on here with Global Warmer, a 40-foot fountain in the 95, and Mobile Outlaw, 29 Extreme racing in the 80.
Neck on neck.
Yeah, I mean, this is awesome racing here. Scott and Donnie have not been in Global Warmer for a couple of years, maybe 3 years, but the Ross boys, Jason Ross, he was the fastest boat to Tobago last year, and he is a hardcore racer. He lives on his boat. He is sponsored by Mobile, who is one of our sponsors today for this event, and they race really hard, and they are always dialed in and very much so prepared. He won his race and his class, and it looks like Global Warmer will come in overall second, take his class, and a great showing from Jason Ross and Morgan Hannock in Mobile Outlaw.
Hi, I'm Dale Lutchman, and I'm here to tell you about Track's newest service to save you your most valuable asset, time. Have you ever started your car and gotten that sad noise, followed by a flashing red battery light on your dashboard? Well, I have, and it's not the best feeling. If this happens to you, simply dial 62-TRACK, and the Track service representative will be happy to assist. The response team is courteous, professional, efficient, and trained to help you save your most valuable asset, time.
So we're here at C3 Marina with Chad Vera, owner of the Devil's Advocate. Chad is one of the main contenders of this year's TTPBA's Regatta Cup Series. So Chad, tell us a little more about yourself and your boating experience.
I'm Chad Vera, the owner of Devil's Advocate. I've been racing since 2009, raced multiple boats, last two of which are my personal boats. This is the last one that I've recently built. This is a 24-foot boat, locally built. It came out of Tobago. When I got it, I did all the fiberglass work. I added a step on the bottom of the boat and a V8 inboard inside to try and be as competitive as I could, because our class is very, very tight.
Talking about performance, I see someone coming with some batteries. Are they for you?
Yes, actually, I'm supposed to get 2 track batteries today, personally delivered by my land sales rep, Douglas.
What's up, Chad? Special delivery on your 2 batteries. I hope this brings great success in the Regatta series.
It's greatly encouraging to get support from corporate Trinidad, especially like Land Trinidad. Thank you, Douglas. Hopefully this year with 2 of us together, we'll have great success.
So Douglas, tell us about these track batteries, because obviously Chad believes in them.
These 2 batteries are actually good for the marine and automotive applications. With Launch having over 60 years in the industry, we are currently the only local manufacturer since 2017, and we are currently in 12 countries in the Caribbean and Latin America.
So Chad, how's your winning spirit now?
I'm ready and set to take on the challenge.
Well, best of luck to you, Chad. And to you guys at Land Trinidad Limited, continue spreading the Land Trinidad love by supporting the sporting community.
I am Jonathan Taddy. I am the throttleman / owner of Extreme Measures. Extreme Measures is a one-of-a-kind boat built by Mr. David Digans. It's quite a unique boat in that it has some steps on it that aerate the rear end of the hull. So it kind of runs a little bit like a cat. It floats on air, and it makes the hull a lot faster than your regular mono hull.
The boat handles well in all conditions. The boat prefers a light chop. It handles best and it's fastest in that. It's a stepped hull, it's a little slippery, it's quite quick, and You know, we try to do our best with it.
On a normal race day, we always do our checks, our double checks, our triple checks. And even after that, before the actual start of the race, it's a bit nerve-wracking because you're always studying if it is, did I check this, did I check that? Individually, you could see it on our face, we'd be very quiet, we're hardly talking sometimes, but once we get into the boat and we go in, it's time to work. It's time for us to get down and get to business.
2021 National Championship, we have put a lot of work into this boat to get it ready for all the so-called competitors, the guys who are coming after us, because we are definitely the boat in that class. And anybody that tells you any different, they're lying to themselves.
The race is a go. It's a clockwise circuit, approximately 5 miles long, 3 laps. And Timeless has just shot off. This is Gilson Smith, and Chad Vera is giving him a run in Devil's Advocate.
It's a close start.
Yeah, coming up on the inside is Extreme Measures. They are in the 70 mile per hour class. And look at that pretty new boat. They've done a lot of work and they are comfortably in the lead. That white boat we're seeing there is called Speed Up, and they must have gotten a bad start because they're in the 70 mile per hour class that's going up against Extreme Measures. Devil's Advocate, which has just stopped on the course. It's just been overtaken by the Bat boat with Anthony Scott and Vidish Beecham. But we now have some of the 60 mile per hour boats coming down the northerly stretch. And here's Speed Up. This is an old boat. This boat was actually checkmate. Now getting ahead of Timeless, Gilson Smith there in the 60 mile per hour class. He must have had some little bit of technical difficulty because I saw him slow, but I think he's back up to speed now. And right behind them is a Bat boat with Anthony Scott and Vidish Beecham racing in Infusion 4 out of the Hero Racing Camp. Very unique boat, runs kind of bow down, but Anthony actually I think is doing a good job of this today. He generally races in the 80 mile per hour class in a 29-foot Bat boat with a V8. Couple boats seem to be dropping out. That's racing, as they say.
What sort of issues do these racers face on the course?
Anything from a washer to a hose clamp to something deep inside the engine. And there's Extreme Measures. Looks like they're going to lap not in slow motion. They are having some problems too. They're not running their 60 mile per hour clearly, but they're still competing. They're going for those points on the course, so kudos to them. Timeless seems to be back up and running, so Gilson finding something wrong. We don't know what it is. Something may have come loose, but he's back up and running pretty good and back in the race, coming down the north side of the track. And Chad Vera and Devil's Advocate is back up and running, so these guys try to perform magic. They stop, they start, they fix something in the back, and he's going again. And you know, this is a whole, I was chatting with him the other day, and this is like a project to him. And trust me, one thing with Chad, he's going to get this boat dialed in this season, and he's going to be very competitive because he is a hardcore racer. So here's Speed Up coming down the north end. So Extreme Measures, who's actually racing against Speed Up, is roughly a half a lap ahead of Speed Up. So I don't want to put goat mouth on anybody, but unless something happens to Extreme Measures, I can't see Speed Up making any more ground on him today. So here's our first sprint. Unfortunately, Mobile Outlaw and Global Warmer, teething problems, mechanical problems, we don't know what it is. So it just lets Ironman do this by itself so that they can get their points for this sprint race. So Ironman's just going to cruise up to the finish line.
Mobil's family of engine oils delivers superior performance and protection. Every drop in every bottle is backed by 150 years of scientific research and technological advancement. Mobil lubricants, available at leading auto parts stores nationwide. Mobil's family of engine oils delivers superior performance and protection. Every drop in every bottle is backed by 150 years of scientific research and technological advancement. Mobil lubricants, available at leading auto parts stores nationwide.
My name is Ronaldo Mutilal and I'm the driver of Not in Slow Motion. Not in Slow Motion is a 25-foot Atlas powered by a V8 small block 350 inboard configuration. From the start, I got involved in boating, I fell in love with the water, but a race boat is something completely different. I mean, to me, I have no words to describe it. There's that mixture of adrenaline plus some fear to it because, as they always say, if your boat don't scare you, it's not fast enough. In terms of racing, this is going to be my first race, so I mean, I have mixed emotions about it. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, anxious. I can't wait for us to start, but also actually being there for the first time and seeing what it's like. I'll have to wait and see how it works out.
I'm Anthony Scott. I am throttleman for Hero 4. It's a 23-foot Oki Manifelt with a 275 Verado.
But the bat boat seems to just glide on the water because a lot of people are not too welcome into the design of the boat. However, because of the wings, when the boat gets up, the air gets under the wings and levels the boat and lands the boat back properly. So far, all my experience with the bat boats, they work really well in the water.
I do not think we're the only ones jumping into a new boat this year. So I think that should be a interesting time as I think between us, Not in Slow Motion and Devil's Advocate, and I think even Predator would be looking to learn their boat in this kind of speed class.
So Carly, you see we're getting ready here for our second sprint. The start boat has them out of the mill. So they're all trying to get into a line right now, get behind that start boat before he drops his green flag and the race is on. And it looks from my vantage point that it's speed up.
Yep, it is.
Yep, speed up has this one. It looks like Anthony Scott in the bat boat is following and leading the 60-mile-per-hour class, and Not in Slow Motion is in the back.
The water is definitely getting more choppy than it was this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. The water has picked up. Look at how Anthony and Beecham has that bow tucked down. The boat naturally runs like that. The chop has picked up. Yep, there's Not in Slow Motion. Again, limping a bit. They're definitely not up to speed, but they don't care. They wanted to make it to the starting flag. So it's safe to say unofficial results, provided nobody has broken out, Speed Up has won that race overall on the 70-mile-per-hour class. And Infusion 4 would be the winner of that 60-mile-per-hour sprint. The race committee and jury has decided, because of so many boats dropping out, they are going to combine all the boats in the last circuit.
How will this affect their points?
No, they're still competing in the circuit race, so they will get, but we'll just have more classes running together. So everybody will respectively receive their allotted points.
A minute past is a minute gone forever. You can't buy time and can't get it back once you give it away. At Track, we value your time, which is why we offer customers a 24-hour service. Your time is valuable. Let Track help you preserve it. Introducing our 24/7 roadside support service, because we value your time.
Global warm-up is a 40 fountain with two 700 Mercuries in it. Likely my brother will be throttling that. I think the committee is doing wonderful things to bring it out there to the international stage, and that is actually a big part of what's encouraging a lot of people to come back out and so as well. So just have a good time and hopefully be competitive, you know.
Timeless is a 20-foot formula, and it's powered by a 250 VMAX Yamaha. I started racing my own boat in 2016 and didn't make it. And all the other years after that, I competed, but I love boats, been a fan of racing since I was living in Tobago in the country, Palatavere, and always hearing about Mr. Solo and Checkmate and 1Z and those boats, and I never dreamed that I would have ever been able to own my own boat. So I push hard, I work hard, and I achieved that goal of having my own boat and racing in something like the Great Race. is a great achievement for me.
This is our final circuit of the day, and what we're doing is a mass start. Because of the attrition of some of the boats dropping out, we have all the classes in this race, and we'll be doing one big lap. So we have Global Warmer back out in the 95. They seem to have sorted their problems out. We have Ironman in the 120. We have 3 of the 60-mile-per-hour boats, and we have Speed Up in the 70-mile-per-hour class. And the race is officially off as timeless, and Infusion 4 battling in first place there. Infusion has just passed timeless. Pretty choppy waters. There's the Bat boat leading timeless right now. We see Ironman well on the outside making their way up, but they're the 120-mile-per-hour boat. And there's Global Warmer coming from the background, as they would be the second fastest class, right on the transom of Ironman. But as you can tell, pretty choppy conditions. And remember, folks, this is the first time most everybody's been racing in about 2 years. So they're just getting used to the conditions. I think they just want to finish the day safely. So as they head to that first marker, Global Warmer steps out in front. So Ironman's making its way down the north side of the track in an easterly direction.
Glistening.
Yeah, he's not pushing it. He's not pushing it at all, but everything sounds clean, and Global Warmer right behind him. There's Timeless getting some airtime. So the chop will affect these little guys that are about 21 to 24 feet long. And here comes Speed Up. So very interestingly, we have 2 60-mile-per-hour boats, Infusion and Timeless, right on the heels of the 70-mile-per-hour Speed Up. There's that 38-foot Doug right.
Taking the
going
corners.
into the corner. And y'all may not be seeing it in the screen, but Global Warmer is right on his transom. And there's that battle for the 60-mile-per-hour. Now, this is what we call door-to-door racing. Gilson really has Timeless light. You see that bow getting some airtime. Anthony's trimmed down, and he's just running through, plowing through that water. Some good action here in the 60-mile-per-hour class.
I'm feeling nervous for them.
Yeah, as I could say, from our vantage point, it does not look that bad. But let me tell you, on the water, there is a decent chop. The southwesterly is blowing. You can see those white caps. So Gilson trying to take the shortest line. I think he's off course right now. Needs to get back on, so he's lost some valuable time to Infusion 4, racing out of the hero camp. So Ironman's completed his race. Global Warmer would have been right behind them, I believe. It looks like the Bat boat is going to take honors in the 60-mile-per-hour class. And there's Not in Slow Motion.
I really like that name,
Yeah.
Not with a K.
You know, hats off to Ronaldo and his team. He has, put a lot of work into it. He's new to the sport. But when you talk to him, you can just feel his passion. And he has an experienced throttleman with him, Kern. So they just got this boat in the water last week, and here he is today racing, and I expect good things from him. He's ensuring that he finishes this race, and he'll get his points for competing. Double points here today.
Mobil's family of engine oils delivers superior performance and protection. Every drop in every bottle is backed by 150 years of scientific research and technological advancement. Mobil lubricants, available at leading auto parts stores nationwide. Mobil's family of engine oils delivers superior performance and protection. Every drop in every bottle is backed by 150 years of scientific research and technological advancement. Mobil lubricants, available at leading auto parts stores nationwide.
Here it is, our last race of the day. All classes in the final sprint in our track, batteries, and Mobil lubricants regatta number 1 of the 2021 National Championship. Startboard has just dropped its flag, and the race is on. Speed Up looks to be in the front. Infusion 4 is in second place.
Roger, this is my favorite race of the day.
Yeah, it's adrenaline rushing, and the boats are gone. And there's, of course, Ironman on the outside, just making its way through the pack. So it's Speed Up in the 70-mile-per-hour class, leading the pack. Infusion 4 leading the 60 mile per hour and in second overall. And in this shot here, we should see Ironman just check out and pass everybody. Let's see. So unfortunately, Extreme Measures not competing against Speed Up in our picture here in that 70 mile per hour class. As they head for that finish boat. And there goes Ironman. They've just run flawless today. They've had really no competition whatsoever. So they've gotten a chance to just dial in the boat, see how it's running, you know, and take it home safely. In the background, Infusion 4, Anthony Scott, Vidish Beecham, Justin Leonard here in Speed Up. So there's a boat way in the background. There's only 4 boats, I believe, in this sprint. And I'm not sure who's lagging behind. So it's going to be Ironman comfortably winning. 120 mile class will take all the points there today, followed by Speed Up in the 70 and Infusion 4 in the 60 mile per hour class.
Is that the bat boat there coming in?
That's the bat boat. So that's a wrap here today at the Mobile Lubricants and Track Batteries Regatta number 1.
Anthony, yourself and Vidish won all of your races in your category today. How does that feel?
It feels great, especially with how the day is and how rough and how the water kind of set up today for us. So it does feel good to come out with 4 firsts.
What do you think was the most challenging part of today's race?
The breeze, mostly. That coupled with the chop that kind of developed. It made it simultaneously hard, but also gave us a bit of an advantage over the other boats.
Did the glare affect you all at all? It was a very hazy day.
Well, I was talking to Vidish before the races started, and we just did a warm-up lap of the course, and we just kind of picked the biggest thing in the distance. You could see kind of where the marker was, so we would know where we're going until we get there.
So moving forward into the rest of the regattas, where do you see yourself? Continuing in first place, or do you think they're coming for you?
Nah, I mean, after they hear what I've said, they might try, but it'll be all words. It'll be all words.
Please come for him. I need someone to give him some competition now. Thank you so much for chatting with me today.